Yeah, that's interesting. So would you say like other African countries look at Ghana as for like leadership in a way because it was the first to gain independence?
I didn't catch that. Look at Ghana for what?
Leadership, like is would you consider like them a top leader in the continent?
Yeah. I mean, definitely they do. Recently, the African Union, which is like the European Union,
Mhm.
um, set up the AfTA, which is the African Trade Bloc. And I think they have over 40 something signatories out of the 54 countries. So, and its headquarters was designated to Ghana. So that alone should tell
Mm,
you the importance
yeah.
Ghana plays on the continent. So yes, they do definitely look to Ghana when it comes to democracy and style of democracy, um, its judicial style, and sometimes even on the cultural sense. And on a lighter note, the music. Even though Nigeria is beating us right now.
Wait, say that again?
And sometimes on the music, even though Nigeria is beating us right now, yes, definitely on the music side too, sometimes they do look up to us.
So Nigerian has got the edge musically right now.
Oh yes, Nigeria is has unlocked the key to music business and is
Really?
flying the African flag high all over the globe. Yes, I would say Nigerian artists are some of the biggest artists globally, full stop, as it stands now. Yeah.
So how does that work? So a lot of the music industry then is kind of centered in Nigeria then?
On the West African front, yes, definitely I can say that a lot of the music business happens in Nigeria as we speak. But then recently, I think the Southern African front is also pushing with their Amapiano sound. So Amapiano, Amapiano, is also, breaking through on the continent and globally. And
Okay.
that is being propelled heavily by their DJs. So
Mm.
yes, I know the South Africans are also pushing, but as it stands now, with Burna Boy's Grammy win and Wizkid breaking all sorts of records, the Nigerians are still in the lead comfortably.
Who are some of your like top influences, like African influences, not just musically, but just like people that you've learned from, let's say like a role model?
Hmm. That is interesting. Um, African influences, known or there can be some unknowns in there.
Either way.
Okay, so African influences. Uh, let me start from home because home is where
Yeah.
the influence usually is heaviest. I would say one of our former presidents, President John Ajay Kufuor. Um, the reason why I was influenced by him, it's really nothing but his tenacity, if you ask me. Because at the time he became president, he inherited a country which is Ghana, which was classified as a highly indebted poor country. And by the time he was done serving his 2 terms, that's 8 years, Ghana had now become like a lower to middle income earning country. So
Okay.
basically, everybody in that country was at least comfortable, you know,
Mhm.
and that was just beautiful to watch because those were my heaviest formative years, as a young boy who was about 9 or 10 years, and then all the way to when I was say about 18 or so.
Okay.
It was just beautiful to watch, and it was beautiful leadership to me. I mean, people might have different ideas to how he ruled, but at least I want to believe every Ghanaian has that general consensus that indeed John Ajay Kufuor or former President John Ajay Kufuor did lead in a style that was, something to emulate across the continent.
Mhm.
So yes, definitely him. Um, Who else? I had a lecturer in the university. His name was Mr. Koo, and then his last name was Armah. I studied English. I have a Bachelor of Arts in English. So he was the literature lecturer, and he carried us through the 4 years of our degree. He taught me free thinking. I must say, I must credit him for that, because he would come in and say things like, the English language has a lot of rules, but has no rules. And you get it, like, yeah, like, this is the kind of lecturer I had, and it will get you thinking. You wonder why you would say that. And for a young university student, trying to just pass my exams and get out of the university, like, he got me thinking about a lot, and he made me understand what it meant to just learn beyond your books, actually learn to be a better person, be, a critical thinker. So yes, and he definitely influenced me on that front heavily. Unfortunately, he's late. He passed like 5 years ago. So yeah, definitely Kwame was that man for me. The third person, on this one I have to think. On the continent, who? Who? There's so many people to pick from. Man. I'm just trying to think and see
putting you on a
who.
spot.
Yeah, this is you making me sweat bullets. On the continent. I would say Mikasa. I'll just have to branch back into, because music plays a heavy part for me in my life. I would say Mikasa, MICASA. They're a South African group. The reason why I would say they influence me in a way is, apart from making great music, South African house music, they really are a blueprint for what it means to come together as a people to produce some of the best in each of us. Because their lead singer is a white South African, and then they have a trumpeter, and then this other person in there who are Black South Africans. And when you see the synergy they have as a group, it's just beautiful to watch. And they understand the role and the strength each of them have. And then when it comes together, it's just, great music. And for me, I feel like for Africa to move forward, we definitely need to understand each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses and build on that, try and create a space where we all become, great at what we do and help each other where we fall short. But unfortunately, I would say that is not happening as much as it should. We are trying, but there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Like when you say that, what do you mean by like come together and that it could be better? Like,
so example, there are some African countries that if I'm to fly from Accra to that African country, I have to make a transit stop in Europe.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You understand? Yes. So people used to complain a lot. Like some of the African countries, like me flying from, say, Accra to Joburg, it's an expensive ticket.
Yeah.
It's almost equal to me flying from Accra to London. But London is a whole other city on another continent. But then Joburg is on the African continent. I understand Africa is is a huge landmass, but it's 6 hours to Joburg, 6 hours to London. Why is it cheaper for me to fly to London than to Joburg? You see?
Yeah, it doesn't.
So if yes, it doesn't make sense. So if we are to come together as a continent and understand, hey, we need to be communicating, we need to be in each other's space, teaching each other, understanding each other, will make it easier for each other to, bridge that gap on communication and, reaching out to each other and being in each other's spaces to learn from each other, really. A whole continent like Africa doesn't have a metro rail that links the whole continent. We don't have like airlines that link the whole continent. I know Ethiopian Airlines is trying, but and Kenyan Airways too is trying, but it could be better. I'm not saying it's so bad that like there's no hope. They are trying. Certain entities are trying, but if we are to get to that stage of comfort, I feel like the whole continent should be in a space of we are doing this as a collective, not individuals just picking and choosing how they can help with this movement.
Yeah, so it's like infrastructure in a way where
Yeah.
if you're able to get around more quickly and more efficiently in the country, you're going to be more willing to do business with each other, to share each other's cultures, to learn more about each other's people. And
Yeah.